Welcome back to Kuluma. We have missed you guys. You have no idea. But we are back, and good afternoon or good day wherever you are watching us from. We just want to say to you that we love you. My name is Mrs. Kelly Ken, and I'm your host of this talk show. I'm never alone. I am always joined by my beautiful and favorite evangelist.
Thank you so much, Kelly Ken. I hope you're good, but I really know you are good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are back once again to Kuluma, where we say no matter how hard or easy it is, just Kuluma. We are just here to discuss about the matters that matters the most.
Indeed, my co-host. Now, welcome to our brand new subscribers. We see you guys. We appreciate the love. And to our returning subscribers, who are we without you? We just love you. And remember to always click on that bell to make sure that you get our notifications whenever we upload a brand new video like this one. Now, today, we are talking about self-care. So as Kulume about self-care, it's something that has actually been bugging me, not really bugging me in a bad way, but it's something that has been laid in my spirit as I'm sitting next to an evangelist.
It's spirit to spirit.
You know, it's something that has been laid in my spirit where I am seeing a lot of trends. I'm a social media person, as you know, I run a business there. So I'm seeing a lot of trends around the area of self-care, which is a beautiful thing. You know, people are uploading that they are taking care of themselves, you know, they're taking day off to just focus on taking care of themselves, which is beautiful. But this whole self-care theme and this whole new self-care trend has actually left me thinking that maybe we should just have a show where we talk real self-care. What is the real self-care? What do we mean when we say self-care? Do we mean going to the salon to do our nails? Do we mean having our hair done? Do we even mean a day at a spa? What do we mean when we talk about self-care? What is self-care? What is the real self-care? So the purpose of this show is not to bash that doing your nails or doing your hair or going to the spa is a bad thing when it comes to self-care, but it is actually to look at another angle in terms of self-care and really taking care of yourself, because I believe that the care, which it should come from within, because you are in the inner person. So don't neglect that part of you just because you're doing your nails and your hair and makeup and day at the spa. So when it comes to self-care, what is your take, my favorite evangelist?
You know what? I'm very honored to find myself in this space where we talk about self-care.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we people who, we care a lot about people and other people, about our families, about our children, about our colleagues, and about everybody else. And we even care about other countries, what they're going through and all that, right?
Yeah.
Because we're just human, and it shows with how compassionate we are as people. But we never, or we hardly take time to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because self-care, yes, it's good to look good. It's amazing to look gorgeous. But at the end of the day, are you satisfied with yourself when you go to bed?
Yeah.
When you go to bed, are you able to tell yourself that, well done, Faith, you've taken so much of you, you know, you've taken care of yourself so much. Are you able to answer those questions to yourself? So my take with self-care is about taking care of you as a spirit. Because remember, as people, as much as we've got the body, we are also spiritual beings. You know, spirituality may mean something different to you as much as it may mean something else to me.
Wow, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. And you know, for me, how I like to unpack self-care for myself is that, you know, everything around me, I actually do take care of it. Be it my house, be it my car, be it my work, my business, my family. I take care of those things. Now, self-care actually means that I need to take care of Ukeli. You know, during the week, I sent you a post where somebody was saying that, you know, during the day, she belongs to everyone else. You know, she's an employee, she's a boss, she's a wife, she's a mother, she's a colleague, she's a friend, she's a sister, whatever. That, you know, during the day, she's accessible to everyone. And she shared this, and I want to share this with you, that, you know, every day without fail, I actually also do this because I'm a late sleeper like that. I actually also do this where I like it when the house is actually quiet. and no one is actually there, and I'm downstairs, I'm by myself, and I'm just in a space where, Kelly, let's check now. Like, let's check. Are you okay? Are you well? I do everything that is required for me. Now this is the time that I spend with me. The house is quiet, and there's no disturbance. Even the TV is off, the radio is off, and I'm just really having a moment with myself, and I am checking myself. And for me, and it's an area that we are both passionate about, which then leads to the mental space. When we talk self-care, can we make mental care or mental health, can that trend, can we have that trend where you are more concerned about your mental state, and you're more concerned about your spirituality, you're more concerned about your soul, you're more concerned about the inner you than you are about the exterior you. And I call these things indulgence. It's really just indulging. And and so I want you to take us to that space where we talk more about your mental self-care. And I know it's a topic you're very passionate about.
I'm very, very passionate about that. As people, we are social media people. We care a lot about how we look.
Yeah.
That is why you will never find me or yourself, for that matter, just taking a random picture and posting it on your social media, right?
Yeah.
Because we believe, there's this image that people abasazi ngayo.
Yes.
So let me just bring it in. No matter how you are feeling inside, the first thing when we talk about self-care, you just want to do makeup, nails, go to the spas and everything else.
Yeah.
I've tried that. I've went through that journey, to take care of myself, which I still do, take care of myself on my outward body. But every time when I'm a very busy woman, as I run different things, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, what I will do is, after my 9 to 5, I used to think I'm doing my self-care and I'm having my time, right?
Yeah.
Where I will just switch off things that are related to my work, and then I will start opening a laptop, things that are related to me. I'll start writing and typing, and I'm thinking I'm having all the time by myself. Gandhi, I didn't know I was overworking myself. And then I became this person. I tried. This year, it's something that I tried. Which hours suits me the best?
Yeah.
Or which few hours that I can utilize in a day where I'll just take care of myself. The mistakes that I did in the past years as well were thinking that self-care means to sleep a lot. Where I'll just book out a Saturday and I will literally sleep. Wake up, go eat breakfast, come back, sleep, and eat lunch and come back, sleep. But for Tinakwana, I figured out, no man, this is really not self-care, because when I sleep more, I gain weight, and I do not even exercise because sleep comes with a lot of things. Up until I challenged myself, Faith, you know what? Try to wake up early before your day starts.
Yes.
It was a challenge.
Yes.
A Faith that starts work at 10:30.
Yes.
Now Faith needs to wake up at 4. It was a challenge. But I did that where I was like, okay, Faith, you just need to spare some few hours for yourself. And for yourself, I mean, go into your corner or whatever space that you have. Listen to your favorite music. Listen to your favorite music. Read certain things that will uplift you for that day.
Yes.
If you are a person who believes in declarations like me, say your daily declarations.
Yes.
And if you are a person that believes in daily affirmations like me, say your daily affirmations.
Yeah.
Do your exercise. And just be still and do your devotion. Sometimes even meditate, because you are trying to center yourself from this busy world. And by 8, my friend,
Wow.
I'm done. I'm even done eating breakfast. By 9, because most of the time my meeting starts at 9. By 9, I'm at the right space. So I tried it out. I wouldn't lie and say it's something that I've picked up, it's something that I've done for so number of years. It's something that I started challenging myself in.
Wow. And just listening to you, I remember there was this particular time where I also just felt that self-care means, rest. Self-care means you are intentional about things that you are doing for yourself.
For yourself.
Because now, if you're gonna say it's self-care that you're gonna sleep the whole day,
How are you
do you
taking
know
care of
how
yourself?
much time you have wasted
Lost.
sleeping on yourself? You are sleeping on yourself. Okay, there are some days, okay, I love my sleep, and I know you love your
I
sleep.
do.
There are some days where you will feel that this particular moment does require that I actually sleep, especially nowadays, because we spend a lot of time, you know, in our books, in our workplace, in our laptops, in our cell phones. It's, you know, it's a lot. Like, you know, we were just having a conversation off air that you know, when you've been on screen the whole day, your mind really feels like a vegetable. And the one thing that really cures me is actually sleep. You know, like, you know what? Let me just shut down everything and sleep. And when I wake up, I'm refreshed and I'm fresh. But if you're gonna interpret self-care as sleeping all the time, then you got it wrong. Because self-care should actually be something where you are intentional about things that you are doing that day, or you are doing for that hour, the book that you are reading, the music that you are reading, the movie that you are watching. You are journaling, you're writing things down. You know, it's just really going to help you in the long run. But if you sleep, as the Bible says, those who like to sleep, they grow poor. So it means you haven't added value into your own self-care. So a couple of years ago, when I was still formally employed, I actually used to arrive home and, you know, I'll sit in the car before getting out. Like, I'll just switch off and turn off the radio. And I remember my husband, he used to be very troubled because he would think, are you okay? Something wrong. I'm like, you know what? That is one space where my thoughts are in touch, and I'll just drive in and get a garage in a moment of silence and just listen to myself. Okay, until years later where I really made it to be intentional just before bed, you know. And it really does energize, and it does, you know, give you that option of, you know, just really doing better for yourself. Guys, we need to be at a space where we understand that we've got. So if you don't look out for yourself, number one, then you are available to everyone else. Before you know it, you're going to have nothing left to offer. You're going to have nothing left to be available to everyone else, because you are not looking out for yourself. You are not being intentional about taking care of yourself, grooming yourself, you know, growing yourself. Those are things that should be actually important and be prioritized when it comes to self-care. So what are some of the tips that we can give our viewers when it comes to how can they take care of themselves, and how can they plan better to actually take care of themselves?
You know what I do as well, what I've learned to do is I'm always with my kids wherever I go. There are days where I literally leave them.
Yeah.
Even if I'm going for shopping, even if I'm doing grocery.
Yeah.
Because I just want time by myself with nobody who will say, Mama this, Mama that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will just go out by myself and have that drink by myself. Because angifuni anybody that's going to be destructive who will just ask me non-stop questions and stuff like that. And another thing is, you know, when you are a parent at the same time, you are surrounded with your kids so much that you can't even find your own space. Yeah. So tip number one, make sure that even when you're married, when you're married or you've got kids or you've got aunts, malumes, and everybody that you are living with right at home, be intentional about your me time, right? Yes. Where you just drive alone, you go out alone, and you do things alone. So that's tip number one. And tip number two, try to challenge yourself against your comfort zone. As you know, my friend, I'm really not a morning person. Yeah. I can wake up at 11. I'm really not a morning person. But at night, that is when I could start thinking, taking time by myself and sleep late and stuff like that. But hence I've said before that I challenged myself to say, Faith, what would go wrong if you started waking up early? Wrong. Just try that. And only to find out there's so much peace, and the breeze is so fresh in the morning. And I started falling in love with that. So what I was saying yesterday, where I was invited to preach, right? I was also giving the same tips to say, find the time, because okay, we don't stay alone in our homes, right?
Yeah.
Some people, they like to watch TV at 8, some people sleep at 10, and some people sleep at 7. Find an hour that is suitable for you, because sometimes our mornings won't work for us, for all of us. You find that ngo-4 kumele uvuse ingane, uyigeze, and then by crash, by schooling, or now you need to prepare for work, and the 4 a.m. doesn't work for you. Try to find time as well that will be suitable for you. Check ubani wenza ini ngasikhathi bani, and see a gap and then follow that. And number 3 is, you know, to those who drive long distances when they go home, use that as time to reflect.
Yes.
Traffic taught me that. I didn't just wake up and thought, yeah, I love traffic. No.
The dangers of worshiping in traffic.
You know, and then this is what I used. You know, time to recalibrate as me, to think and reflect. And then when I start umsebenzi, I know I've offloaded a lot of things in my car. And when I go to work, self-offloading. Then I don't become stressed so much, you know, emsebenzi. So those are just the few tips that I think I will share with you guys today. So when what do you do?
Just before I get there, like as you mentioned, driving and, you know, using that space, the dangers of worshiping in traffic. Have you experienced where you had to pull over and the Holy Spirit is like, listen, child, listen, child,
I know
you are not going to see anything like, but it's just the beauty of it, you know. Like if you were, especially as you're mentioning younger children, and if you get home, you're not gonna find time to actually, you know, start a worship. But if you are in the car alone and you start that worship, oh my God, that's the most beautiful thing ever. But okay, with me, my tips on, you know, honestly taking care of myself, the one thing that I want to encourage our viewers on is, number 1, prioritize it. If you can't prioritize self-care, no one else will. And, you know, like, be intentional about this particular week. This is how I am going to take care of myself. Break it down. This particular day, this is how I am going to take care of myself. You know, before you know it, it's a whole month where you are cautious about taking care of yourself, because we go through a lot. As I gave the example earlier, that, you know, during the day, you belong to so many people. So we're giving, you know, people come, and, you know, it's before we know it, we're gonna be empty. So prioritize filling up your own cup. Prioritize that you are at the right space mentally. You know, feed your mind. This morning I was listening to a podcast where this guy, he's saying that you become what you feed yourself. You become what you eat. Feed yourself, so that when people come, they don't just take and take and take, because when that happens, you're going to end up bitter, because actually, if you are able to feed yourself, you are in abundance. You are not lacking, because you are able to put yourself first. So even if, you know, your uncle, your aunt, or whoever can ask of you things that you feel that it's too much, but you are not able to go at a space where now bitterness creeps in, because you have all of those things in abundance. So prioritize taking care of yourself, because you do come first. And number 2, like your time, in time management, slot in those things that are important to you. If it's reading the Bible and you are in a conversation with God, if it's prayer, don't skip it, because, you know, when you are so used to doing it, you will even feel when you've skipped it that, hi man, something's missing. You know why? Because you've trained your mind and you've trained yourself that at this particular time, I actually do this. Of course, there'll be days where you'll miss it, or you feel tired, or you are traveling, you're not in your zone, or something else happens. But it won't be a norm. It will be that you are intentional, that, you know, at this particular time, this is what I do. As you know, we recently got a new dog, Morgan. And, you know, what I realized with Morgan, when he came, obviously he didn't know our routine. But luckily for him, we had another dog before. And then we were in this routine with Riley. And then now with Morgan, we just slotted him into Riley's routine. And the funniest thing ever is that within a week, Morgan knew that his dinner is at 6.
Oh
And he would come up the steps and he would sit there waiting for whoever is going to serve him. Do you know why? Because we were programming his mind that every day at 6, without fail, we had to make sure that we gave him dinner. You know, so when you do something and you do it regularly, it becomes a habit, and then it's easy for you to, you know, to flow with taking care of yourself. So my tip is that, you know, put it in your time. Don't make it to be the last thing that you do. Like, prioritize it and create time for it. It mustn't be something that you live out for the last. So I think we've unpacked quite a few. And where can people find you on social media, and also your closing comments on the self-care topic?
Thank you so much, Kelly. You know, it is so important that we realize that in so many things that are replaceable, you can never replace yourself.
Wow.
You know, I can break my phone. I can always, replace it with a better version.
Yeah.
But once you lose yourself, you can never replace it with anything else.
Wow.
And once your family and your children and your friends lose you, you can never be replaceable.
Yeah.
So the reason why you have to take time to yourself, by yourself, in yourself, it's because you are taking care of yourself. You are watering your own plant.
Yeah.
Not because it's something that's trending, and not because it's yet another topic that we're discussing. It's because it is very crucial and very important that you take care of yourself. You don't want to lose yourself, and we also don't want to lose you. I am reachable on all my social media platforms. That is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and recently on my podcast. So, and I am Evangelist Faith Sithole throughout. You know, you just search Evangelist Faith Sithole, and I'm Googled as well. You can Google me, like you can. I literally pop out, guys. Like when you say Evangelist Faith Sithole, me and my pretty face is there. So no need to struggle. If you've forgotten all my handles, just Google me. You will know exactly where I am. I love you so much. Thank you.
This is what I deal with. But I love her to bits, and thank you so much for being my wonderful co-host. You can Google her, and please Google me too. Please Google me too. Otherwise, I am Mrs. Kelly Ken 1 across all social media platforms. Yes, and I'm also on a podcast as well as a YouTube channel. You can find me there. And remember, guys, as Evangelist Faith has said, there's only one you to go around. So it's important that you are at the right state of mind, and you know, it's important that you grow yourself and you work on yourself. If you mess up, don't worry, we are all work in progress. I promise you, even your girl Beyonce, she's still a work in progress. But here she is, slaying,
killing it
and
anyway.
serving it and killing it. So go out there and kill it, and don't wait for a perfect moment. I've said it before, imperfect is the new perfect. Wow. So keep going, and we love you, and we will see you soon.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Remember, we are Kuluma. No matter how hard it is or easy it is, just Kuluma.